Today we are at Disney's Hollywood Studios and we are having lunch at ABC Commissary. If you don't know, we do dining reviews every single Monday, so be sure to check those out. So if you didn't already know, ABC Commissary has revamped their menu and they now have some international flair. So we are super excited to try this today and just see what the whole new menu is all about. So this is a quick service restaurant and the theming is kind of like Art Deco and it's like a studio inspired commissary. But now we are ready to eat.
So for all the quick service restaurants here, you will have to mobile order, so make sure that you are doing that. If you don't know how to do that, whenever you walk up to the entrance, they will normally have a sheet that you can scan with your phone, and then the app will open up and you can start right there, or they can help you as well if you need that. So I'm excited. This is a big change here. Away from kind of that standard chicken nuggets, hamburger, hot dog type of deal, and something a little bit more, not necessarily adventurous, but just something that's different. So what do we got here? We've got a few different things that I just want to mention. They've got two new plant-based options. We've got a curry rice bowl with tofu. I did not get that. I don't really like tofu. And then we have a California burger, which I almost got. It is plant-based. It's $11.49. It looks pretty good. It's got some sriracha mustard on it, grilled peppers and onions. Yeah. And then, of course, you can also get a side, and you have your choice of sides from the black beans, the Mexican rice, the steak fries, the salad. So for my entree, I went with the curry rice bowl and shrimp. This is sauteed shrimp and vegetables tossed with red curry sauce served with jasmine coconut rice. Sometimes, I don't know, I'm not really sure why a lot of people get a little too worried about curry, because I guess in a sense it could be very overpowering sometimes, but I will tell you this, just from eating curry multiple times here at Disney, I think you should feel very safe in getting it. To me, it's never been so overpowering that you can't really eat it. I've always really enjoyed it, and this was nice and sweet, especially with that jasmine coconut rice in there. And then the shrimp were nice and tender along with the vegetables. There was some cauliflower in there, which we almost thought may have been chicken nuggets for a second, but it was just the cauliflower because of how it was coated in the curry sauce. So, but it's not spicy at all. If anything, it's a little bit more sweet. I think it's something that a lot of people would really enjoy. And if you're looking to maybe split it, I would say you could probably split this between two people if you really wanted to. So $13 or $14, I guess, $13.99. I think it's a pretty good option. And dining with us today is Donald and Elliot in an effort to give you all greater variety in the options here at ABC Commissary.
So I had the chicken club, which was not extremely adventurous, but it's nice to know that there's also some safe options. The club itself was actually really good. It's a marinated chicken breast, so it wasn't overly dry like chicken sometimes is. And it came on a brioche bun with bacon, provolone cheese, guacamole, ranch dressing, and lettuce and tomato. So a lot of stuff on there. The ranch dressing, they could have toned it down just a tiny bit for my taste, but if you love ranch dressing, then you're in luck. The guacamole is great, and I will say the bacon was superb. I feel like a lot of times at quick service places it's iffy, sometimes kind of mushy or gross, but actually really crispy bacon, which is a huge plus for me. I like bacon on everything and I like it crispy, so that was great.
So I had the shrimp tacos. Like Taylor was saying about the carnitas ones, they're actually a really great option for a quick service. They're sauteed shrimp with cabbage slaw, chipotle mayo, and mango salsa. Now, all I can say is it was super fresh. The cabbage was a really great bite to it. The mango salsa wasn't too aggressive, so if someone doesn't really like that, then it's a good option to have on there because it still adds flavor without being overpowering. And the shrimp was so flavorful. It wasn't usually what you expect. Like, they didn't skimp out on shrimp. They gave you a pretty good amount. So it definitely felt like a nice, solid shrimp taco. So I would definitely give it probably like 8 out of 10.
So we got a few different things to try for lunch today, and we got the buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich. This is grilled sourdough toasted with buffalo chicken, Monterey, provolone, cheddar, and cream cheese served with a side of buffalo sauce. And then you also get a choice of a side. So we got fries with this, and basically what this is buffalo chicken dip on a grilled cheese with extra cheese. It was fantastic. It was super creamy, which I think kind of helped with the cream cheese that was on there. And then it was just extra cheesy with all of the provolone and cheddar and everything that was on there. I didn't really use the extra side of buffalo sauce that came with it. However, it would be a really good dipping sauce for the fries. But I was a little bit too full, so we couldn't really eat all of the fries.
I tried the buffalo chicken grilled cheese sandwich, and that sandwich, I gotta say, I actually did not really enjoy. I did not like the textureness in there. It was just almost too one texture for me, which was like a little bit too soft. I think I would have liked to maybe have some type of crunch in there if there could be one. But it just, I don't know. The flavors in there were good, but it's just a little too mushy, I think, for my palate and for what I usually like. So
we also got the pork carnitas tacos. This is pork carnitas on flour tortillas topped with salsa verde, pickled onion, and radish, served with Mexican rice and black beans, topped with queso fresco. This was an awesome quick service dish. It kind of reminded me of something that you might have at California Adventure, but it was awesome. It was definitely a little different from Pecos Bills over at Magic Kingdom, where you can have like the fajito platter that they have. The pork was super tender, seasoned really well. I loved the salsa verde that was on there. And then the pickled onion kind of gave it a little bit of extra texture in there, almost like a little crunch. And then the rice and beans on the side, I kind of just mixed that all together, and it was an awesome meal overall. And it does come with 2 tacos, so it's basically something that you could share with somebody because they put a lot of filling in those tacos.
all right, so let's talk about dessert. This is a specialty holiday dessert right now that they have because it is the holiday season, and that is the pumpkin cheesecake. So first and foremost, it has that cheesecake texture to it. I will say it's almost still a little not firm enough for me as far as like a traditional cheesecake goes, but it's close. My biggest complaint here is that we have no graham cracker crust. I was expecting to have maybe at least a little bit of something on the bottom, but I didn't feel anything whenever I drove the fork through there. And it definitely has that pumpkin pie flavoring to it, but it's like this weird like fight between, is it pumpkin pie or is it cream cheese? And I know that might sound really strange, but that is that's the battle that I'm having right now. So to me, I really don't like it, and I would pass on it. And I don't know if I would recommend anybody else to eat it.
So I actually 100% agree with Josh, which is sad because pumpkin pie is one of my favorite things in the world, and I wait all year to eat it. But I'm not getting the pumpkin pie as much. It's there, but it's also the cream cheese, like Josh said, and it's almost more like a mousse. The consistency is very light and almost fluffy. It doesn't have like that cheesecake. It doesn't even feel solid. And I actually had to pull up the menu on my phone because I needed to know what was supposed to be with it. And it's a ginger snap crumble crust type thing, but there isn't any anywhere. I'm going to keep digging, but nothing yet. So I don't know. I wouldn't get this either.
Of course, I never like ending on a negative note, so check this out. This is, it's not totally new because they had this last year, but we didn't get one, and I wanted to get one this year because it's cool, it lights up, it jingle jangles. You can pick this up here at the ABC Commissary, or you can pick it up throughout the park. I actually saw them in Disney Springs the other day. I didn't get it because I wanted to save it to get it here, and thank goodness they still have some. So, I honestly don't remember how much this was. I'll throw it up in the title, or I'll throw a title up right now so you can see. But if you want to get this and you don't want to have your drink in it, just tell them that. They'll give it to you, and then you can walk over and just get your side, or your drink on the side. You know what I'm trying to say. So I've been called the cookie critic of our time. See Cookie Stroll videos. All right, so we had a little magic moment that occurred. A cast member actually brought over the holiday cookie that they have right now here at ABC Commissary. Dare I say, they may have heard us discussing the cheesecake. This is a vanilla butter cookie, not a sugar cookie, that is enrobed in white chocolate that's red for the holiday season with some little, like, really hard, crunchy sugar snowflakes. I actually didn't eat mine, but all in all, it's not too bad. It does have a butteriness flavor to it, which is actually kind of nice, and actually balances really well with the white chocolate icing. So It is a pretty nice pick-me-up from the pumpkin cheesecake.
As a cookie connoisseur, I actually really enjoyed this cookie. I wasn't quite sure butter cookie what that meant, but as soon as I tasted it, I got it. It's kind of like those cookies that come in a tin, except this is extremely fresh. The white chocolate on top gives it a nice extra bit of flavor, the white red chocolate. And I actually like the snowflake candies on top too. I thought actually overall it's really good, and it doesn't taste dry or stale the way cookies sometimes do, which is a huge plus in a park, so I liked it.
All right, so we just finished eating inside of ABC Commissary here at Hollywood Studios.
Mm-hmm. And I think that was a really good quick service here in a park.
I think so too. I thought it was a nice change of pace from the typical quick service they normally have here at the theme parks.
Yeah, and I think there's a few other places that have some really good, unique menus, but I'm glad that they changed this one at ABC Commissary for some more options here in the park. I really liked everything that I tried. And that cookie was really good. I had a little bit of it at the end. I thought it was a nice little thin layer of the white chocolate on there, so it wasn't too much.
The cookie was definitely a better ending than the pumpkin cheesecake.
Yes.
But I will say, I mean, the biggest takeaway here, I think, is that it's a little bit different, and it adds some more variety for whenever you're here, so that you don't have to just have chicken nuggets and hamburgers if you don't want that. So. And
it was good.
Yeah, and it's a regularly, normal priced menu for a quick service restaurant. So, I would definitely recommend that you come and try it out and see if you like it.
So let us know if you have ever been to ABC Commissary, and let us know if you plan on coming to try the new menu.